Betty, will my pussy stay the same forever?
No, darling, no.
Why not?
I know, well, we age and everything changes all over our bodies.
I had no idea.
You know, a lot of women, young women, don't realize that women will eventually go through menopause. Now, they talk about perimenopause, and I don't like that. That's like pre-boarding.
Oh, or like pre-pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not.
Either you are or you aren't, but you're going into menopause when your period starts to get spotty. So here's the thing about the importance of masturbation throughout all of our sexual lifespan. Women who continue to keep their vagina in shape with vaginal penetration
With dildos
while,
or fingers.
yeah, while they masturbate. Here I am, a woman who is in my 84th year, and I am still enjoying orgasms with masturbation.
And vaginal penetration, perchance?
Yes, darling, I must say that I like to have my vagina involved. It's something inside my vagina that I work the pelvic floor muscle on, and it also fits in with my fantasies, all of my fabulous rape fantasies. But of course, I'm always in control. So it's like, oh, and another thing is that different women respond differently to menopause. Like,
Betty thought she described to her friends in her 50s or 60s, whenever you went through menopause, how she was having these fabulous spontaneous orgasms. Remember? And your friend said, Betty, you're having a hot flash.
oh, I called it a heat orgasm.
A heat orgasm.
That's when, yes, that was at, I went into menopause at 50, and I ended it, my periods stopped. That's it. Last period when I turned 50. That's it, finished. No dribbles, no, ongoing anything. No hot flashes to speak of, except I was having these little, it would be like a feeling of heat in the whole kind of pelvic area. And if I'd be talking to you, I'd say, wait a minute, I'm having a heat orgasm. And I'd sort of sit back and I would just totally relax, take a deep breath, and the heat would move up my body, and then I would have this little
Sweaty.
on the upper lip. And my girlfriend Joan down the hall, she said, Dodson, you just described a hot flash. And I said, don't be ridiculous.
But isn't that interesting that you are so connected to your body and you've had so many wonderful orgasms and you're masturbating on a regular basis that when your body's going through this change, it's welcomed and received
Yes.
and enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's not something to fear because what happens, your vaginal lining will thin out.
Yes, and I went through a period where I absolutely didn't want any penetration at all. No penetration. But my clitoris was never, ever anything but ready to go and fine, and there was no restriction. And during that phase, it's when I was with the SM women, and we were doing all kinds of little shows together, and I was doing anal penetration because they were doing dildos.
And what did you do to deal with the thinning of the vaginal lining? Because that can make fucking and the friction of it uncomfortable.
Oh, no, you can't do it. It hurts. It burns.
You need more lubricant, and what did you do?
I began taking what they call bioidentical hormones, which is made from the soybean plant. Much easier. I'm glad that I never did the pharmaceutical route because they always.
It also doesn't make sense to me to take a pill instead of using a bioidentical hormone-based cream that you put into your vagina because it's local.
But in the beginning of the bioidentical, the woman I went to, she was in Santa Barbara. She was on the cutting edge. I was taking a little pill, so it was going through. I was systemically. Why? And I get back to New York, and a year later, I'm thinking,
I don't want to do
why
this.
am I taking this in pill form when it's my vagina I want to? So this is being your own doctor, taking control of your body. So I went to my gynecologist here in New York, and I made the proposition. He said, you're absolutely right. You don't need to take a pill.
Does it make sense?
Only certain pharmacies will deal with this.
A compounding pharmacy is what you need.
A compounding. I found one, and actually my gynecologist did, and they wrote back and said, yes, we do. We have a cream, a vaginal.
And so she still uses her cream because she enjoys vaginal penetration in her
using it.
masturbation
I'm not
practice.
using it all the time, but at least once a week, I take a shot up the old wee-wee, and and I get out my happy dildo, and I have a rip-roaring, beautiful orgasm. I had one the other day, isn't it? Now, I don't do it as often. I would say 2 or 3 a month.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good at 84. I'll take it.
So yes, it's like the day you come in and I'm lying in bed, you'll have to wrench my dildo out of my cold, dead hand. Or bury me with it. No, I'm going to be cremated. Only this won't burn, it's obsidian.
I think I'm going to keep it and it will become mine. And then we will pass on the torch, the dildo torch, to the next woman.
Absolutely, absolutely. So everyone just remember, masturbation is not only good for you and fun and pleasurable, but it maintains your sex organ. So don't forget, make sure you do one this week.